Of where we need to figure out how do you get the energy of the BTC maxis that care while also introducing something that is exciting. And this is what Ronin is still trying to figure out, right? What's great about Ronin is the art is done, right? We are in a very good spot with Ronin. We can inscribe whenever we want. The question that begs is what is going to be the most sustainable strategy that actually allows this business to scale and build and get really to another exciting point? And we have a lot of great ideas for the business. We have a lot of great ideas on the opportunity. But what is the biggest challenge still is that is there an interesting of narrative and is there even an audience worth listening? Right? Is there anyone even paying attention anymore? And this is kind of where you have two major factors. ETH whales are tuning out a lot of stuff right now because let's be honest, a lot of the top ETH projects are disappointing, right? It sucks. I don't want this to happen. I'm not rooting for these failures. It gets, unfortunately, though, a real impact of the situation. When a tier one project loses between 20 to 50% of their market cap, that is a devastating outcome. And we've seen this happen with a lot of top projects already. The other major problem we're running into as well is that we do need to be real about BTC. BTC maxis do not like ordinals yet. That is actually a very important thing to understand. BTC maxis have been trained to hate all things around digital assets and NFTs because they always felt that was an Ethereum thing, right? The only thing that a lot of BTC maxis want to store is BTCs. They don't actually want to diversify that much from that asset class. If they believe that is the token of value, that is the token they want to continue to accumulate as well. So there's still a learning process here to be able to introduce these guys into assets that are meaningful and really be able to bring a larger conversation around identity on BTC. Do we actually want to make sure that all of this stuff is going to be able to actually be exciting for the rest of this market? Because if you want this market to grow, you need to unlock more capital. But the problem is in this bottom of bear, no one wants to open up their wallets for very good reasons, right? For very, very good reasons here at the moment right now, right? And this is kind of what the overall challenge is still going to be. But I want to keep it 100% with you guys because we're still absolutely bullish on the upside of where ordinals will be. When ordinals actually is able to achieve any momentum around a bull, right, it will be very much clear as day to everyone that ordinals will become a thing, right? We absolutely believe in that. The other thing we believe in is that there are near term catalysts that are worth paying attention to. The most relevant near term catalyst, though, is still about 6 to 8 weeks away, and that is Bitcoin Amsterdam. Not only will there be a 2 day conference around that, but there will also be following it a 1 day conference just about ordinals as well. I think that's going to be important because it's actually going to be able to share the core information and insights around the opportunities of ordinals to a lot of maxis that have traditionally not been open to it. I think that is a window that we are really looking at as well on behalf of how to capture that upside on behalf of Rogue. With Ronin, right, what we also want to see is what is the storytelling that is going to work. One of the actually amazing things that we're already seeing is people are asking, what the fuck are these Ronin flags and why are they popping up in a lot of different places? I've had like in the last like 72 hours, I've had like four different communities pointed out, which is amazing, right? It's starting to see that, hey, people are raising the flags of Ronin, which means that the opportunity behind this is only going to get bigger, right? And what's great is that all of you guys who were here early are going to have a larger advantage, right? Once you get this kind of um staking like mechanic feature unlocking you greater rewards and greater roles, and those will come with different prizes and rewards and upside and relics within this other universe of tribe for those of you who may be there already. But what's great here is that this will be our ordinals anchor. So we still need to figure out exactly how we bring out this storytelling, but we're going to make two shifts. One is we're going to move all of our comms to be internal here in this Discord for the next like 7 to 10 days because we want to let you guys know our plans. The other cool thing is we will be doing live drawing. So Ronin is going to move forward with a few other elements. Just because the market isn't ready doesn't mean that we have to stop producing. So Ronin will also be getting a different style manga like comic as well. Very simple, very elegant, very exciting. That will start building its own IP, and you'll see the co creation of that process here as well. And then after these 7 or 8 days, right, we're then going to go to a larger Twitter event and start building awareness around Ronin. Like, I love this art. We are so honestly honored to be able to work with such a tier one pixel art team across the board. And because of that, right, when we work with Irina, Piotr, Mahmoud, Meta, and Gokche, we have this beautiful opportunity to bring this art to life. And really, what is our goal on BTC? It's to showcase and highlight the best of what BTC has to offer. These will be fully on chain assets. These will also be assets that will be the best in class pixel art. These will also be assets that will be animated on chain as well for some of you if you get the rares, right? And moreover, right, we're utilizing the native tech, right? We're utilizing block 9 sats. These are all cool little elements. And what you're going to see is that they're all just ingredients to something larger. I don't want you to focus on any one of these individual ingredients. I want to show you how we're going to serve this as like a 5 course meal, right? And make this one of the most exciting experiences. I mean, it's just hypnotizing watching me talk and seeing the little animation behind this disciple. It is incredibly gorgeous. It is actually one of my favorite things about what we've been building. And it's this idea where this art is going to have greater value, greater connection, and greater upside. And because of this, right, what's also really powerful is that we already have a handful of holders who are already getting Ronin as well. We have the ability to add more Ronins here through this storytelling too. And you're also going to see, right, although I am very American or English with my my accent and my background, right? The opportunity here, right, is that you're going to hear other voices. You're going to hear native Japanese voices. You're going to see native, Japanese art and jewelry and other pieces along the way. There's going to be a lot of cool things that we're going to build and develop around this brand. And as this brand scales up, it's going to stand the test of time for ordinals. It is going to aim, Ronin is going to aim to be a top 3 project on Ordinals as well. And this is why I'm so excited about this, is because we believe we have the ingredients to put something out there at that level. And it's an honor and a privilege to be able to do that. Right? We really have. And again, if you ever just want to go, just check out the ink and canvas room and just see some of the art, right? And you could click like a private view on that and see what's going on. And there's already beautiful art here. And the fun thing, right, is you guys can all control it. If you want to take your own one, just click the private view button below it, and then you could kind of go through this pace. So we're going to add more. Each of these all have some meaning in this world. There's going to be some elements that you will have to decipher. There will be some elements that will give you more details later. There's going to be more stories. You're going to be able to see all 9 disciples here soon. I'm simply just the first. There will be many more disciples here to be added, 9 in total, right? So these disciples are going to be given out. They're going to have roles. They're going to have responsibilities. And what's so powerful about what we're building is that we're also using the technology behind Bitcoin. And again, not trying to make this a boring tech conversation, but I'm going to show you how we're going to build guilds and clans, right? Which is going to be really powerful as well. And this is kind of why we have a very unique ability to do something new where we're going to help build you guys into your own clans, right? Your own samurai clan, right? And then you'll also be able potentially in the down the line to recruit your own shadow clans as well. So in regard to the nine disciples, there will be a couple that are auctioned, but majority of them are going to be granted to those who've been in our network and those who've added real value to what we've been doing. Um, there are a couple that will go to auction potentially. We're still figuring it out. It's not for us to take money. It's for us to be able to take bring some awareness to like healthy projects. So we are trying to figure out how we could best donate to the Ordinal Protocol team. They've just set up a private organization that can now be served as a nonprofit. So we may either donate, we are planning to either donate a percentage of our mint funds, or, right, what we're also planning to potentially do is do an auction exclusively for them, right? And in that auction, right, what's going to be cool is that whoever wins, all of the funds for getting that disciple will then go straight directly to the nonprofit organization. So our goal is to help this ecosystem. We're not here to extract. We've already shared generally that where this mint price will land, and it's very cheap for what ordinals is. We're not building a seven-figure treasury here. We're building a very, very low six-figure treasury here. I'm talking about very small numbers because our belief is that we want to grow with you. And we believe that if we do believe we're going to be a blue chip, we don't have to price it as a blue chip right out the gates, right? And I hate the term blue chip, but it's easier for you to understand, right? If we have aspirations, I want to walk, I want to march up this mountain with you guys. I want to see the value of this asset grow in a healthy way where of course, demand exceeds the supply. That's what we're trying to do. That's what we're really trying to say. So hopefully you guys can see a good understanding of where we're going here at the moment right now. There's a lot of cool things that are happening here, and I think are going to be really powerful as well too. Um, One sec. So let me do a couple things really quickly. If you have questions, feel free to type them in. I'm more than happy to talk about the market in general. And then, of course, I would like to get you guys a little bit of a auto relic here, but this server is so secure that I have to do some extra things. Give me a second. Oh, extra secure server. Show me your ways. Okay. Now I could do it. Okay, great. Let me go back to the battleground, and now I could roll you all up. Where is it? Come on. Give me. Oh, fuck. I have to hit something. Shit. One sec, one sec, one sec, one sec, one sec, one sec. Give me the admin options, and then my color will change yellow. Huzzah. Okay, I did it. I'm very proud of myself. Uh, And this is BTC. In BTC, we trust. Channel is Battleground. Here we go. Huzzah. All right. I just sent it out. So for the 260-ish of you guys here, you should all be able to get this here as well in this design. So what's now pretty cool about this market is, we still think the opportunity is going to grow and support here as well on this design. Yeah, how is Ronin supply being distributed besides diamond? So yeah, I mean, as mentioned, it's a 1-for-1 diamond access for now. So that there's about 150 the allocation. We have another 150 allocation remaining, and that's going to go through 3 or 4 core communities. We have a couple partner communities we're going to announce a little bit shortly that are already really big in BTC and also own a significant amount of diamonds here as well. We'll be bringing them on there, which will be great. The second community, of course, is going to be the Tribe Genesis Soul community. So there will be opportunities for you guys in auctions to bid on Ronin. Again, the auctions will only go out once everything is updated in regard to price and supply numbers in detail. of course, we never want you guys to mint anything early, and we want to make sure that you can afford it if that's something you're interested in as well. The last thing, right, is that we're going to bring on probably two or three small sub communities we like that are top tier ordinal holders, and it just comes down to if we could, mesh with their communities and what they're building. So we'd love to continue to partner with more native BTC communities that are aligned with us and what we're building. So we got a lot of cool things that are happening here, right? And I think what you're going to see just in general is to keep giving you guys more opportunity, but of course, opportunity that's balanced, right? We don't really want this to be anything way over the top, right? We have high expectations of where we think Ronin is. And the nice thing about Ronin is Ronin also serves as something far greater than just an asset, right? The Ronins will serve as our entire allocation and community for BTC projects moving forward. So if you believe in what we're doing here, right, with diamonds, in a weird way, Ronins are designed to be mini diamonds of BTC, right? That's what they're trying to do, because why is Tribe so special? Tribe is special is because we're driving growth in multiple different ways. And because of that, one of the biggest ways that we're driving value here as well is really around the fact that we're getting you guys top tier allocation to everything in this space. And we've done it really well on ETH. Our goal is now to expand that on BTC. And you've seen historically, right, that when we work and when we scale, we could get a lot of reach. When we went all out on BTC in the early days, right, when it was hype, we were literally hosting every major founder almost in this space, like 5 of the 10 most important people, whether it be guys like Danny from OCM or Jameson from Seize Control, or Trevor or Leonidas, right? All these guys are coming through our network and having really large reach. So this is kind of the real opportunity now, is that we have a pretty powerful network opportunity where if you believe in BTC, and I mean you really want to believe like that, like I have a lot of conviction, but again, it's just conviction. This market still needs to mature. But if you do believe in the opportunity of BTC, all I can say is Ronin is designed to be one of the most powerful portfolio representations of Ordinal's market long term. That's what we're trying to do, right? So, what's very powerful here of what we're trying to get to in this design, right, is allowing people to realize that if you believe BTC and ordinals has growth, well, guess what? We're going to feed you with allocation for those of you who have Ronin, right? And it'll be distributed allocation because we sure as hell are not going to get 300 supply on every project out there, right? But what is nice is that when we do get 20 or 30 or 50 supply, it will be distributed in fair raffles to the core Ronin holders. And as Ronin holders participate and win a given raffle, they cannot win until everyone wins at least one, right? Which is really cool. We're going to create fair distribution, and then as our power gets bigger, right? When we do more spaces, more something is minting, more all of these elements, we're going to get to a crazy level where this market's going to get, I think, really excited to talk to us, to collaborate with us, and support us in this design. So we're in a really good spot here. We really think that Ronin is still going to be designed to be a tier one play. We just need the market to catch up a little bit, and we need to be very confident in the storytelling that we're about to put out. Right. I'm very confident in the quality of our art, right? So, like, again, very easy to see the quality of our art is tier one, right? I usually like sharing, I've been sharing this set, but I should actually share more because, like, the team's already kicked me out. I think, I don't know, 200, sorry, like 20, like 10,000 to 20,000 outputs already, right? Which is awesome, right? We have all these outputs that are ready to go, which means that we can do a lot of cool things collectively together. And, when you see this art, you start recognizing like this team is really built for scale, right? And these are just like, one mass type, one color type, one variation. This isn't even all the colors. This isn't even all the combos. These are like perfect match combos and stuff, which look really clean and really sick. And, they have different animations. And then, we're still figuring out like the cool thing is the art's done. We're just figuring out what are the right packages, like what's the background art we want to use, what's the type of like animations we want. And there's some really cool animations. I mean, the team's done a really great job, right, that are just kind of give them a little bit more of a vibe. Again, these backgrounds aren't final, but I'll just share a couple more here as well, right? And these are the rare ones, right, where they have both fire eyes and animated mouths and stuff. And these will be inscribed on chain, which is going to be really cool. And of course, as you guys already know, are Ronin disciples, right? Which are like the largest pieces in this ecosystem, are just gorgeous, right? Like we could take the white one, the black one, the gold one, the orange one, the blue one. You know what? Let's give you them all, right? Like, I mean, we got fire left and right. Here's all nine, I believe, if I think I grabbed them all correctly, right? And these are the disciples that sit at the top, right? That have effectively the core halo behind it. And these are fucking fire. These are insanely good. These are tier 1 art that is coming to Bitcoin. And dude, Bitcoin is built for pixel art. It really, really is. And this is kind of the amazing thing of what we're doing is that, these are going to be some amazing disciples. These disciples are going to have huge upside. And, you're going to just see some incredibly cool things in this market of what we're trying to do and what we're trying to push. And the best part is, these are already inscribed. These nine are inscribed already, and we're ready to inscribe the next 378, right? It'll be 300 available roughly. Tribe will be taken in between 78 to like 100 in treasury, for various reasons. We got some pretty cool stuff here as well. So we're gonna do some really cool designs here as well, for everyone. So as you can see, we're still building. And if you're interested, tomorrow we're gonna do a comic book session, which will be great. We'll start working on the Ronin cover. So I can't wait to show you guys all of that stuff. And then separately behind that, right, uh you're gonna see some expansion of jewelry into this world. You're just gonna see some cool stuff. And I say comic, but you're gonna see kind of hybrid manga. We're gonna do very limited colors. I think it's gonna be fire. You guys are gonna I think you're gonna love what we're gonna do. We're gonna have a lot of fun with it. And we're just gonna bring this world up, into a delightful way where there's actually an interesting narrative around what's being built. And it will be an IP brand. Like this will be a very, very big IP. That's what we're really trying to do here and what we're trying to scale up to. So I hope you guys have a good understanding of how we're connecting the dots, what we're trying to do next, what we're trying to build. Again, the market timing here is a little rough. I wish I controlled this. I wish top projects weren't disappointing consumers, right? It happens, and it's not blaming them. It's just a situation, and we've been trying to point this out to everyone is that we need to keep an eye, and every major tier 1 project has dropped the ball, unfortunately, thus far. It is a case, but that has massive ramifications on liquidity, availability and willingness to buy new things and try new things. All of this stuff, right, has gone to the back end now because we're in a deep, deep bear market. This shit is cold. We just don't even feel it anymore because it's been frozen for so long, right? That's the biggest thing here to understand. The fact that we aren't all panicking about the gods at the moment right now just shows you how dead we are inside. Right? Like really, like that's like how like broken this market has effectively been. I mean, again, you're seeing the gods probably going to dip under 4 unless they somehow get meaningful buy pressure here, it's almost looking like it's going to head to that level. That's insane, guys. This is ridiculous, right? And the worst part about all of this here at this point, too, is that this is just bad for the ecosystem. I'm not rooting for these guys to fail. I'm not, right? I think it's insane that these are the outcomes that we're leading to at the moment right now, right? And then when we look at Azuki, right? Azuki's still struggling to keep above 5 ETH, right? Still setting around 4.85 at the moment right now. If we're looking at Blur, we're looking at elementals, right? Still elementals, right? Are sitting at 0.56, right? Down 70%, right? From mint. Brutal, guys. This stuff's brutal. So what we have to realize is like, there's a few more, the thing that we have to keep an eye out on is captains and meme token. But again, captains getting a little bit more buy pressure. It's almost back to 5 ETH. But again, they've been, they bottomed out around like four-ish. There was a lot of sales in sub four just a couple weeks ago, right? Or less than 10 days ago, looking at the data here at the moment right now. So there's at least a little bit of buy pressure. We're going to see what's going to happen with them. There's a lot of people still weething, or, selling into bids at the moment right now, right? The last two were sold into bids on captains at 4.76. So, we got to see how that plays out, how they're going to figure it out with their token. I hope it goes well. I really do hope it goes well, but let's be conscious, right? That everyone else has dropped the ball. ERC20 tokens almost never work, right? And this market's only gotten bearer at this point. So let's see. Again, Ray's not someone you want to discount. He's someone who can figure it out separately here as well. There's like going to be tons of stuff, right? And yeah, this is the other problem, right? Khan just pointing out on the gods, right? You're seeing Machi's grabbed a lot, but bro, there are so many underwater loans for the gods. We talked about this in the other chat. At the time, there were about 100 that went underwater. Now there's over 350 underwater. Bro, like this, I'm telling you, very good chance that, it's gonna go under four because what's the problem now? What you're gonna see at this very quick and direct like element here as well is that, oh my god, dude, these guys don't realize how hard it is to find new buyers to come in at 4 ETH or 5 ETH. That's so hard. If Azuki can't do it, who else can? Right? It's so difficult to keep the buy pressure up in this bear market, right? So, what do you want to do right now? Your goal is just to retain your users. The most important feedback I could give to all these guys, don't launch shit. Fuck, if they are not happy with that, that's fine. Take the 10% haircut. Don't risk launching anything unless you have significant capital behind that you could justify that return, or sit this shit out and take the 10% haircut of people who aren't willing to wait. That's okay. But what you don't want is what's happening to gods, right? Like again, guys, the gods down over 54% in the last 7 days and down over almost 60% in the last 10, 12 days. Oh, God, that's insane. That's insane how much asset value was eroded here amongst holders as well. And again, like Azuki even dropped it even more, right? Azuki gave back 70% with a much larger market cap at that time. And again, brutal, right? We're seeing these top guys dropping. And right, I know these aren't realized gains, but they're kind of hyper liquid gains to a certain extent. Where again, you just saw $300 million of asset value erode from some of the top whale wallets in the marketplace. That's insane. Just insane. That's 300 million in bottom of bear. And that doesn't even include what Captain's drop was. That doesn't include any of the other failed mints. It is tons of a huge hit. in this market. So you need to be aware of that. That is the last thing we want is asset erosion of top whales. Whenever that happens, that shit doesn't just spontaneously come back into new projects. That shit is lost, right? It is lost, right? In a lot of ways. And the likelihood of these guys, right, that are going to come back, oh, very low. Very low, especially in a bear. So we now have to figure out how to get to a potential upside in this market. Because what you're going to realize here is that if we don't, this market still has a ways to go down, both ordinals and ETH. Like I want to keep it 100% with you guys at this point. We're nowhere near anticipating a bottom at this point, right? We're just going to keep going further and further at this point to just make sure that you're prepared, right? It doesn't mean all assets are going to go to zero, but a lot of assets are going to have to figure out new plans or are going to massively, massively struggle here as well. So, really make sure you're focusing on what's happening in this space. Make sure that you know that if you're putting allocation to any asset at this point, make sure it's an asset with either a real business model or real expected yield. Don't fall for the anticipated fake stuff to happen in the future. There's almost no real catalyst right now for anything in ETH, let alone anything in ordinals right now. I would be generally bearish on most things, right? I like diamonds still, and I know I'm fucking biased because I fucking run diamonds, right? To be very honest. But the reason I like diamonds is that the entity is doing well. The entity yields you greater access, and that the entity is building own projects that will yield you access to. That is at least our way of building intelligent value. It's not, holistically guaranteeing you return, but it is giving you optionality on return. That's what you want, right? The problem with all NFT projects, it's right now a one-way valued exchange. It's either the belief the primary asset goes up or down, right? Because there's no way anyone's going to add dilution in this market, right? That's the dumbest thing that you can do. And do you guys realize the gods is taking this price hit with zero new dilution? That's the other massive, massive thing, right? Most people don't realize at the moment right now just like how massive of a drop this is in this ecosystem across the board. So be patient, be guarded, be aware that this market is going to have a lot of major, changes and is going to continue to be choppy and or rocky, and we have not hit the bottom yet, right? We haven't, right? If we're only seeing tier one guys drop the ball, bro, this is only going to make the market worse. This is not what any of us want. It's not what we should be rooting for to an extent. There's a weird way. There's two things you could root for, right? Everyone wins or everything dies. You kind of need to be in one of those two boats right now, right? And that's kind of the other thing here to realize. It's be a very, very choppy market from here. Very, very choppy market from here. And there's no single project that's going to save this market. That's the other thing you need to understand. Everyone had this failure in thinking before in the past that, oh, I'm going to be able to save this market with, X, Y, and Z project launching. And never happens. It won't happen in this deep bear market either. Dude, the days of Yuga saving us are gone, right? The days of any of these tier one projects saving us is gone. I do not believe it will be bear forever. I do not, but I do believe it could be bear for 6 to 12 more months, right? And that's kind of the thing that you have to understand here in this design, right? It's very, very difficult to sustain. So when Tribe launches something, we only launch because we believe there's a sustainability design behind it, right? Why have we not been able to accelerate some of the anticipated launches? Is that we didn't feel there's a sustainable model. Bro, and this market has only proven us right at every single step. Everything has trended to zero post mint, right? You might have a short term pump, but everything has been trending to zero. So this is kind of why we're trying to be really smart and trying to be very conscious with all these pieces. So with that here, guys, keep your head up. We're gonna see what new opportunities are gonna come. We're gonna work hard to get you guys more allo here for ordinals, and of course, we'll be getting you guys access to ETH for those of you in the tribe ecosystem as well. We have a lot of big stuff, and you guys have a huge advantage because we're giving you guys first access to the staking and everything else beyond. There's gonna be a lot of cool things that will come here. So stay tuned for the art session tomorrow. We will actually do it in this server, right? So we'll do it on this stage. I'll add it to the calendar here. Actually, I'll do it right now. Oh shit. Hold on. God damn it. I love you. I love our security guy, but I hate my security guy at the same time. I have to now go give myself the password. It's annoying, but I guess this is what we have to do when people are shady in this marketplace. All right. Now I can add an event, create an event, stage channel, boom. Ronin manga? I'm gonna with a question mark. Um, I don't know what defines a manga versus not defines a manga. To be real, it's kind of funny. So, uh, new art, new cover, new new art, dope samurai, one Sato. We'll call it that. I don't know. Just having fun with it. And we will design this from scratch with you guys, which will be really cool. Let's use the dojo preview. I love this dojo preview. It's so beautiful. Come on, dojo, where are you? There you are. Okay, we'll use this. Here we go. Perfect. Apply that. Come on, so I could set this. Oh, these gifs take so long to load. Sorry, give me just a second. Whatever. I'll upload something else since they're being annoying. Oh, okay, yeah. Let's use one of these. Let me use one of my favorite old. This is one of my first ones I did, which I love. I love the look of this kind of vibe. All right, we'll add this. Next, create event. Perfect. Okay, it's created. We'll do it here. I'll drop it here in the room. Sorry, one sec. There we go. There is the Ronin manga. So we will start this here as well. Feel free to join that up. We should have a lot of fun there. All right, everyone. I'm going to let you all go. Awesome to see 300 plus of you guys here in the server alone. Appreciate seeing so many familiar faces. Love you guys all. We'll have some fun. We'll design the cover together. So lots of cool things coming up. If you have questions around BTC, we're going to be building out some FAQs. We're going to give you guys some more insight. So don't worry. All of our ordinal knowledge will be coming through this server and our Discord. So we're going to have a lot of fun. So with that, everyone, please enjoy the rest of your day and we'll chat soon. Bye bye now.